All right, everybody, welcome back to Bourbon Banter Evans. Justin, what is this nice juice we have in front of us today?
Hey, welcome everybody, and yes, how nice does this look? I'm pretty impressed with our little setup that we got going on today. We call this the Bison series, and this is a series of 3 barrels, Buffalo Trace. We all decided to name it Bison in the beginning days. It started off as kind of a side secret project, and the extract was the very first one that I flew up to Kentucky in the middle of COVID 2020 and was able to pick that one with another group while they were there. So we were there, they were doing a pick at the same time I was doing a pick, just separate times.
Right.
And so that was a really special one. It was a really fun one. And the Bison series comes from a, what are we going to call this barrel that ended up tasting very similar to a very specific other brand that is Buffalo Trace produced. And recently, the market was talking about the Buffalo not being in America.
Not right.
Yeah, and so Buffalo are technically in Africa. These were similar to those, even though they're not related.
Right.
And so they're actually bison. It's an American bison. So I decided to come up with the word bison to name it.
Right.
And then I was like, well, this came from a barrel.
What do you do from a barrel?
How do you get it out of the barrel? You extract it from the barrel. So therefore, bison extract is the first one named. Then you'll remember this because now this one was a side project and it was a secret thing that went on. I didn't release it publicly when it was happening. And very fun, great series that we did here.
Good
so
stories.
Then we get the opportunity to do another Buffalo Trace. And I reach out to the people of the bourbon community here.
Right.
If you remember that, I put it out. Because I wanted to reach out and let's get some different people out there to try and get their idea in the palate. And I kind of was able to walk through a tasting with them to do a store pick for the store and put it out there to the public. And then we had all these people, which we've said this before. And okay, so what's the opposite of a butt pour?
Neck pour.
We had so many people talking about the neck pour that I decided, I was like, what's the opposite of a neck pour? And I was like, well, which I've debunked this several times. I was like, I'm completely on the side of it. You've heard us say this in videos before. It's like, if you turn the bottle upside down and then you go like this, what is that then? The butt of the bottle? What am I drinking, the butt pour now?
Exactly.
Then the butt pour came to life. Now, let's take this one a step further. This one has the coolest label on it.
It does.
So we turned to Sam for the artwork. And
he knocked it out of the park.
I took a picture of the back of the bison on the Buffalo Trace display, and I turned it over to him, and I said, can you make me a bison butt pour? And so we took a picture of the rear, and this is how the butt pour came about. So for all those people that are trying to figure out what the butt pour is, that's the answer is in this bottle.
Just take your bottle, turn it upside down, right side back up, you got a butt pour.
Now you have the butt pour. And so we named the second bottle in this series the butt pour, because it was a popular term at the time for all the neck pours that I don't agree with. You can if you want to. Everybody has their own opinions. And then bring us home on the third one.
Yep, so the third one, we got to do this. This first one we actually got to do when after we had already started Bourbon Banter Evans. So, I mean, first thing we wanted to do is definitely wanted to do it with BBE on there. We had we tried to get a couple of different names on there.
We had some really good names.
We had some.
So what's the name of this one? Why? Okay, so BBE is on the label for Bourbon Banter Evans. So this is our first pick that we did, and of course you guys have seen the video for that. We did that picking the video.
Oh yeah.
So we named this one.
Well, it's bison secretion
because we had to have some term that follows up the butt pour and extract.
What does a bison do?
It secretes. So therefore, the liquid was coming out of the barrel, secreting. So for anybody that was trying to turn this and trying to figure out what that meant, it is literally just another process of coming out of the barrel. So
it's the barrel going through the aging process.
Yeah, it's secreting. And so this would be like if it just leaked all the way out, it secreted. So therefore, we came up with BBE, Bourbon Banter Evans presents the Bison Secretion. And so, Charles, what are we going to do right now?
Well, I say we start off in order. I say we go with extract first, then we'll go center, then we'll go to your right over here.
I'm really excited.
I am too.
What's in you guys' glass first off?
Yeah, hit that like, subscribe button. Really helps us out and gets us our viewership. And honestly, I can't wait.
Yeah, so this is going to be our first rate and rank video.
It is.
We don't usually rank and rate bourbons. We've done Bourbon Court before.
We did Bourbon Court.
Yeah, which was kind of like that, but that's just really challenging the other bourbon. So, but I would like to say I am wearing the Buffalo Trace shirt.
Yes, you are.
Because we are doing Buffalo Trace products. And can you validate and verify what my socks are?
Yeah, they look like they have bison on them.
Hey, there you go, my Bison Trace socks. So we will rate and rank these. Let's see how Bourbon Banter Evans does versus the people that came together as I kind of saw them through that and kind of walked them through the process of doing a barrel pick versus the solo flight was a Hail Mary of a trip and ended up being one of the best Buffalo Trace products I've actually ever had.
It's darn good. And I mean, I'm just going to go out there and say I think I know what the order's going to be. We'll see if it actually pans out that way.
I agree with you, I think. But we'll know. This will be the first time that we've done this.
Exactly.
In a side-by-side scenario.
Yeah, side by side.
So we're going to do this left to right just as you see it. So it's going to be our left to right. So the butt pour will stay in the middle. Oh, I got a heavy butt pour.
Yeah.
That was an accident. Normally I'm really good about pouring almost an exact ounce and a half or so.
What's always fun with the butt pour is there's so many comments that you can make with the butt pour.
Exactly.
Yep.
And the good news about this, these are all fresh cracks. So these were opened minutes ago.
Yeah,
and by minutes ago, we let them breathe for about 10-15 like standard. And so, and if we need more liquid, we have a whole bottle to choose from. So if we really are trying to dive into this and see. So what I'm not going to do is treat this like a barrel pick.
No.
I'm going to literally treat this as a rank and rate situation of barrels.
Exactly.
And so if it was a barrel pick, I've already picked these, you've already picked these, we've all liked them, and we've liked them for their certain qualities at that time. Now it's who's got the win in our glass right now.
Yeah, which one do we think right now, today, with our palate today, wins today?
Wins today.
Yep.
And so I didn't write anything, I didn't bring anything. I'm paperless, I'm penless at the moment, which is really weird for me. I normally like to write. So we're going to do this one all based off of taste and what we feel. We're going to be open and not quiet like we normally are. So we're going to say whatever comes to mind.
Yeah.
And if you guys have ever done a barrel pick or if you've ever done a side by side like this, let us know. Leave a link or comment in the comments.
You put us a comment, but honestly, if you've tried these, any one of these or all three of these are just one or the other, please let us know in the comments what you think of them.
Yeah, most definitely. Especially if you've had them, what are your thoughts? What are your honest thoughts? We thought they were good. That doesn't mean you're going to think they're good.
Yeah, you could basically say it was a drain pour.
Right.
I mean, that's fine.
And it happens, you know. So everybody's palate's different. That being said, you might ask if these are still available. 2 of them more than likely have been gone for a while.
Yes.
This is a span over 3 years. So the first 2 are probably gone for sure, unless you got some left over. The BBE is still potentially available at some point to some degree. It depends on the store owner, what he held back.
Yep.
Which is fine. We all do that for special releases. We encourage, hey, if you want to promote this store or that store, if you have a good barrel pick, hold a case or so, and then put one out for Father's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas, something like that. So
Black Friday, whatever.
Yeah, let's dive in and cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you guys.
Hit that like and subscribe button, please.
It's been so long since I've had this. I cannot wait to drink
I know.
this one. This is exciting.
I honestly haven't had this in over a year.
Really?
Yeah.
So some of the names that we were throwing around with this one was Baby Taylor.
Yes.
Because this one was done with Taylor barrels next to it, and they were 6 months different in age. So this is the oldest one on the table, and we've also taken 8.5 plus.
Yep.
Yeah. We've taken this one to several blinds and double blinds, and it stands up to single barrel Taylor and small batch every time.
I mean, off the nose. I mean, fresh crack of this too. Just smelling it out of the bottle, it's a home run. I mean, it's
like a sweet bomb for Buffalo Trace BT1.
Yes.
And just so balanced, but I'm not a big fan of it now. It's smooth. Everybody's like, smooth is an old term. It's just smooth.
No, it's, oh gosh. Man.
That is liquid flavor.
Yes. I mean, first thing off for me is those cherry notes, those dark fruit notes.
Dark fruits, dark dried fruits, and then it just dissipates to more flavor and a little bit of sweetness that comes through, like a vanilla.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe even a caramel at some point.
Yeah, something like that. But it's, I mean, it's boom, 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 boom. It just lights it up.
This is just a flavor bomb with no alcohol.
God, and there's no burn.
I'm even gonna do 2 sips before I even go to the next one. I'm just gonna do a 2-2-2.
I don't know. Might just want to stay with this one, It is so good.
There's a reason that when we got this barrel pick in and got a hold of these bottles, there is a reason that barrel sold out in 3 hours and 46 minutes.
Yep. And it yielded what? Close to over?
I think it was. I can't. I used to know all this stuff. I want to say it was a 240.
Yeah, it was around.
Real close to that.
Real close to 240. Gone in 3 hours.
Now the only reason I think that the Bison Butt Pour outsold this one, it sold out in just under 3 hours. So this one was 3 hours and 46 minutes. This one was just under 3 hours. I think it was personally the release during Christmas.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think that one was. I think we released that one for Christmas.
Yes, that was
Sure.
in December and around December time frame and everything for Christmas.
Right.
And the other thing is we had already done this one.
Right.
And so you already had
an idea, and then we had more people involved in trying this one, hearing their opinions and thoughts, and then, like I said, I walked them through that. I didn't do that in a negative way. It's just some were more experienced than others, and trying to talk them through a tasting and what you might be looking for, and then trying to predict the future of what that's going to taste like.
It's just more education. Yeah. Educating them, you know, trying to give them your way, and they're going to do it their way anyway. But it kind of gets them in the groove. Yeah.
All right, so on to the butt pour.
Good old butt pour.
Oh man.
Cheers.
Haven't had this one in a little while either.
I know. So, just unassuming on the nose. I mean,
a little bit more ethanol. Right off the rip, though, that first sip is going to have that sweetness, but it has a little bit of a bite compared to the other one. And then
not as much.
Dissipates is a little drier.
Yep, it's drier on the back end. Not as much of those dry fruit notes or anything of the front.
No.
I am getting more of the maybe.
Wait for it. Is there a small spice?
I'll have to go. I don't know if I'm getting spice or maybe that's a little ethanol in the back. I'm not sure.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh no, it's got a little tingle that comes forward on the tip. On that second one, that's got a little bit of that. It does let you know it is a BT1 mash, so it's going to have rye in it.
Okay.
So that's a little match of the ethanol and a little bit of spice.
I do get a little
forward on the palate. Forward on my palate. Very forward on the tongue.
It's really, really right on the tip of my tongue.
Right.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting it. But I don't get the dark fruit notes on this one.
Not as much.
No, not nearly as much.
This one, I would label this one as slightly brighter if you were going to say that.
Yeah.
This one's got more of a darker dank.
Yes.
Because it is about a year older. Not that that's going to create that big of a difference, but it does.
Well, you never know with it being in the rick house how much it's going through its motions and everything.
And that's like 3 times I've messed up already talking, so this is uncut, unfiltered.
Yeah. It happens.
The whiskey isn't. Oh, and there's one thing that we forgot to mention.
What's that?
We do have our control back here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now control up against these
completely
different.
But might still have to do it just because. But
or is it completely different?
Yeah, or it could be the exact same.
I know.
And we're about to run out.
I know. All right, we going for the.
Oh my gosh, the
we
nose.
Going for third?
Okay, so Bourbon Banter Evans coming strong with this one. Is that a caramel?
Yes.
Oh my caramel.
That is just straight sweet bomb right there on the nose.
That is straight caramel. Maybe vanilla. That's a caramel.
That's caramel.
You guys might say caramel. I don't. I say caramel. I also say you guys in soda.
I don't say soda.
Yeah.
I say Coke.
Coke. What kind of Coke you want?
What kind of Coke you want?
There's only one.
Oh man.
Man, I might have to give the W on the initial nose of this one. I'm gonna have to go back after I do 2 sip on this one.
You know what? I'm not gonna sip it first. I'm gonna go back to the nose.
Oh, are you gonna go?
Yep.
Okay, cheater. Oh no, I take that back. This is sweet, but that nose is still amazing.
But they're similar to a certain extent. They're similar.
Yeah, they are.
This one to me.
Again, hit the like and subscribe thing that he usually talks about.
Like and subscribe, please.
What do you guys like the most about Buffalo Trace other than picks?
And also, what don't you like about Buffalo Trace?
Right. Let us know.
I want to hear the good parts and the negative parts. We both do. I mean, that's what we're here for. If you have any questions in there, put them in the comments. We'll be glad to look them over, give you our best answers.
Yeah, I forgot. Cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers to you guys as well. Ooh. Oh, this is going to be a slugfest.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. But I do get a little tingle.
It's got a little, but it's slight. It's less than the butt pour.
Oh, it's a lot less
than the butt pour.
But
it's almost got a little bit more of a slightly drier effect than the extract as well. But it's a sweet one, just like that.
I'm getting more. It's weird. But I almost get a little bit more oak flavor, little oakiness to this. Maybe that's a drying.
So let me ask you this: so that tannin, a
yeah,
little bit of oak tannin.
Yeah.
Do you? And I don't like this as a quality. I'm about to ask. Did you almost get, or what you could possibly perceive as almost like a small hint of licorice? And I'm asking
maybe
if you got that. I'm not saying that I did
Yeah,
or didn't.
no,
But
I-
what some people might.
I don't know. I maybe that's the tannin because I'll
That
tell
could
you
be
what-
the oak tannin.
Yeah, because I'll tell you right now, I hate licorice. I
hate licorice.
I am a very
Yeah.
very against black licorice, red licorice,
yes.
any of that. Yeah,
Agreed, 100%.
but and so maybe it's not to the licorice in my thought process, but I can see what you're talking about. It's that tannin.
I think
that
that could be what
Yeah.
it is. It's just literally trying to narrow down and pick these apart with having had so many different BT1s.
Yes.
And again,
And we've had other.
we
we've had-
usually don't get this detailed with rating and ranking, or as far as verbiage, it's usually, yes, we like this, it's sweet.
Yep.
We don't get, it tastes like cherry cobbler from a year ago that sat in the sun, and then the catfish crawled up there somehow, magically died, and it rotted, and it's
Right.
like the most amazing, we just don't do that.
Oh god.
And it's like, the most beautiful shoe leather.
Mm-hmm.
I know what leather smells like. I don't go around licking belts too often.
Or some cotton candy.
Yeah, cotton candy.
Yeah.
I like cotton candy though.
I went for the third sip on that one. I'll tell you what. It's good. It is
It's
very
really
good.
good. Okay.
It has the dark fruits to me. It's more on the back end for me, kind of center palate.
Those dark dried fruits and stuff and the sweetness, is it almost like sweet tea?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what it is.
Yeah.
It's tea.
That's
It's like a
that's
black tea.
That's a very good analogy for this. I would not have thought about that.
Yeah,
That's a
I
very
think
good
it's like a
analogy.
black tea. If I'm like going through the memory bank of trying stuff.
Yep. No, I think that's a very good way of, because you get that tea like flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is like sweet tea. Almost.
It is,
Yeah.
but man, it's so good. There's no to me there's no ethanol in this. It's still very
No, the secretion and extract are like drinking flavor bombs of whatever flavor you prefer
Right.
with no alcohol.
And I will say that the butt pour to me has a little bit more of the ethanol.
It's got a small bite.
Yeah.
Compared to, and actually,
But-
I'm gonna go back there next.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go too.
Because if I'm where I'm at now, just off of round one,
Yep.
I'm probably gonna narrow this one out. Meaning this one's gonna
This
be
going to be
three.
third. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to it and make sure I still think that. And I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go. Now I say go whatever order you want. I'm gonna go 3. So I'm gonna go middle first, and then I'm gonna try to decide what I'm gonna go to next.
Third sip on it mellows out, but then it does light up the tip a little bit. With that, it's not
Man,
ethanol.
that very initial on that butt pour is so good.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wait for it, it's got a little bit that comes back and says, hey,
Yep.
I'm still bourbon. I'm not just sweet and flavorful. I also have a little bit extra to bring.
Yep. I'm getting a little warming when I get, but nothing big at all. But the tip of my tongue gets a little bit of that tingle from the spices.
Very little.
No, I mean, it's
Man,
nothing.
as this goes into the third
Oh, yeah.
plus sip, this is I bet that's gonna go away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 4 on this one just because this is really coming through big
It's
time.
good. I'll tell you what, right now I could drink this one easily, straight, any day of the week. You don't have to put ice on it or anything of that nature. I think I love this straight.
Man, as as you sip that more, that builds up in the pockets too. That butt pour is strong. It just takes. I think it's a slow builder.
Yeah. It's not a
But-
punch you in the face.
But
Here it is.
that leftover, I got it now in the roof of the mouth, the middle of the tongue, a little bit of the tip of the tongue. I've got a little bit of that spice, which
Yep.
is nice.
Yeah, it is. All right.
All right, now here's the hard part. Where do I?
I'm
wanna go next?
going back
You
to
going that one? next?
I'm going back
So-
to BBE.
I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna go extract first because I did that one first, and then that one. So it went 2-3 last time. So now I'm gonna go 2-1.
Oh god. That's going to be such a sweet bomb right there now. Yours.
Oh man, no, that extract. That extract is balanced beyond balance for BT1, especially after having that. You were talking about like hardcore. You get it all. You get all those dried fruits, dark fruits. You get a little bit of the oak because it's older. You get a little bit of just
man.
the back end of amazing sweetness with no alcohol.
I love that flavor.
That is crushable, which also explains why I was able to drink a bottle of it when it first came out in about a day and a half.
I know. I did the same thing. I think you and I talked about this. We
Yeah.
both. I was like, Justin, I need to put mine away. I need to hide it.
This is dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous. I'm gonna go with what I said. I would like to hear you. I'll let you go first, and I'll see.
I'm gonna go back to BBE now versus it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this: extracts beating butt pour.
Yes. To me, extracts are definitely beating butt pour, but I will also go one step further and say BBE is beating butt pour to me.
Okay. Man, knows the extract and the secretion side by side. Man.
Golly.
All right. That's really good. So what we will do is we're going to rate these. Now, we're going to rank them, but we're going to rate them. So we're going to do this on a standard 1 to 10 scale, 10 being the best, 1 being the least. Now, this is going to be tough because in all these Buffalo Trace picks that I've had across the country and all these different ones that we look for and have brought in. So, again, I'm not a Buffalo Trace fan per se straight off the bat, which I do like. It's just not my huge thing. I love the single barrel and trying the barrel picks of them.
I love it. I love trying any barrel picks, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too. And so, by rating them, we're going to go 1 to 10, and all of these, not a single one of these, is below an 8.
No.
Not even close.
No, not even close.
So at this point, if I can narrow this down the way this one is coming from behind, we're splitting hairs.
Yeah.
It's going to be really.
I mean, to me, it's hard. I mean, honestly, you can't go wrong with any of them.
Which
is
again, that's why I think we're splitting hairs at this point. This is going to be a matter of personal preference because now they are just isn't starkly a word? They are starkly different.
Yeah, I think so. If not, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. Starkly is my new adjective for the evening that just hit my head. Now I'm going to think about that. So anyhow, but it's amazing how good they are, And I've had some really good picks. I had one that was out of Las Vegas.
Yes, I remember you telling me about it.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we've had some local ones here too, from other stores that have been good. They're very good. It all depends on who the person is picking it. Or even if they picked it, or if they just said, "Oh, I'm just going to take this one."
But this is what makes this neutral, because we picked them.
We did.
So now we're going to be what's better of the best that we did.
Yep.
In our opinion.
And in our opinion, you can't go wrong with any of these at all.
Well, I don't think anybody that ever bought one really had anything negative to say. I'm sure somebody did.
I'm sure.
But for the most part, they were all well received.
Yep.
But, I mean, we got lucky. I mean, what are the odds that you go up there to get a Buffalo Trace and you come back with Baby Taylor?
Exactly.
Which we renamed it to, Bison Extract.
Because we really wanted to go Baby Taylor.
Yeah. And what are the odds we got a really awesome kit for amazing butt pour, per se.
Yeah.
That ended up turning out really nice. And then the other two, you had to realize that they weren't there.
Right. And then you saw us do the pick here.
Yeah. It was a sample kit as well. What were the odds that we were going to get another 8-year when they had been bringing in 7s?
Exactly. I mean, so we've gotten lucky with the kits, with the last 2 kits.
Yeah. I'm on a struggle bus right here.
Two of mine. I know my order.
Holy cow!
These two to me are they're so darn good, but I still think one edges it out. And to me, it's just to be honest with you, what I'm going on is almost crushability. That's what I'm going for right now.
All right, that solidified it. All right, hands down. Can I go ahead and give you my?
Go for it.
My third rank.
Let me know your third rank.
Is that butt pour really came through? I'm talking about it knocked it out of the park compared to what I thought it was going to do versus these. So I thought that it was going to go number 3 until I tried 1 and 2, then 3, then 2 and 1, and then 3. And it is a solid third best effort.
Yep.
It is not close.
Yep.
Once you go back and forth like that and realize that butt pour is really good.
Oh,
and it got better as we drank more of that pour, but it does not stand up to these two.
No. And that's where I'm going to. That is my third also.
Yeah, okay.
And let me reiterate what Justin just said. We're splitting hairs here.
So,
we are. And it's so good.
So in a rating then, if I'm ranking this third and I'm saying they're all a solid 8, and I'm saying this on BT1 MASH separately from Buffalo Trace, the product.
Right.
Because I think in single barrel picks you get really special stuff compared to your standard batches.
Darn right.
And especially knowing the age on these. So I'm going to go with, even though this is the third of this, I'm still giving that in the pick range 8.5.
Yeah, I was going to say, either like 8.3 to 8.4, somewhere like that.
Which I really like that rating. Yeah. It's higher than an 8. It's not the 10.
None of these are 8s.
No, they're higher than 8s.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And, okay, so now, what do you guys think that we're going to pick? Put it in the comments. What do you think you would pick? Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments if you want to do the same thing and then let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll try to do this again.
We'll
We'll let them open up for like a month.
Yeah.
And then we'll go through this again and put you guys on the camera, put you on the spot too.
And see what
Hey, for that matter, we'll be on the behind the scenes
and let somebody else.
You guys sit up here.
Exactly.
And then try this exact same thing at the Bison series, which is a super fun series, by the way.
That's a great idea. So put it in the comments. Let us know.
Yep.
Hit that like, subscribe button while you're in there.
Cheers. Again, always what I say. What's in your glass?
All right. So so since you went first on this one, I will go. And even though how partial I am to the BBE, it's my number 2.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
It is my number 2.
Fly.
Uncut, unfiltered.
Yep. Meat group. I just did not want it in the glass.
To me, what I love about it, and I'll tell you what my deciding factor, I love those dark fruits and everything. And don't get me wrong, the secretion has it. But to me, the extraction has such a bold, dark fruit. It's just right there, right at the beginning. These build on you. That's what I got. That's where I'm going for this. And it's a hard darn decision.
Oh my gosh. As you can tell, I just ran out, because I did have a heavy pour on that one by accident, and that would be this one. But I ran out of the secretion. So I'm going to have to give credit where credit is due. BBE got a really good kit.
Thank you for whoever sent us the kits.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Bourbon, Banter, Evans Bison Secretion that we did live also. Well, I don't think it was live. We recorded
his video, but it was...
That we did was... I mean, we tried to hold it.
Oh, we could.
As far as what it was, but I think everybody read through our face as far as like we knew what was going to be the one that we were going to pick, and it was going to be this one.
Yeah.
It is fantastic. I thought that sample kit was absolutely awesome.
That one was a great sample kit.
As you can tell, I'm pretty much out.
Yeah. It is so... I'm telling you, man, this is a hard one, but I'm going with it. I'm going with it.
Make sure.
Yeah. That's what we have it here for. I'm telling you, man, it's a hard decision, but I'm sticking with it. It's good.
It's good.
It's not Baby Taylor to me, but man, it is so close.
That may have just solidified it right there.
The nose.
Yep. All right. I know what you guys are thinking.
I know what you're going to do.
BBE for the number 2. Extract for the W.
Yep.
So I'm going to go, my ranking is going to agree with yours. The exact same thing.
Yep.
It took me, what I was really debating was that butt port knocking off BBE.
Yeah.
It's just not there. It really builds up and gets better, but these two are on different playing fields.
They are.
And I recommend, if you have these, to do this, and you'll see what we're talking about. I challenge you to challenge us until we run out of this.
Exactly.
These 3 bottles, that's roughly 20 ounces left.
And all 3 of them.
And all 3 of them.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic side-by-side in the Bison series. Thank you guys for all the support that allowed us to get to the Bison series. That's fantastic. Now, here comes the hardest part. The ratings. Rankings, we're going to go Extract for the W.
Yep.
Bourbon Banter Evans Secretion for number 2.
Butt pour for
Bison Butt Pour number 3.
And
Artwork W. Bison.
Oh yeah.
Bison Butt Pour.
Yeah, Butt
the
Pour.
Artwork, Sam, thank you very much for that. Fantastic. The original Spirits logo, I came up with that years ago, 2015.
Still a great logo.
Great logo. You probably won't see that ever again.
Nope.
And then also thank you to Bourbon Banter Evans, Charles.
Yep.
And myself and others that join in and help us. Thank you guys.
Really appreciate
for
it.
creating Bourbon Banter Evans and all the banter that we talk about.
Exactly.
It's super fun.
We couldn't do it without you guys. We'd like that's what that like and subscribe button does for us. Go in there, go from here, from YouTube, go over to Facebook, hit us up.
Yeah. And on Instagram.
Instagram too. Yep.
I'll post on there. Make sure to try to post those at the same time.
Yep.
So now the hardest part, and I'm going to be honest, is the ratings.
Yeah.
So
now we're
I've
rating
got
by BT1 though.
Yeah.
Are we doing
this is based off of BT1.
Okay.
But now I'm going to come back and put a twist on that. So stay tuned to the very end. This is going to be one of our shorter videos, which is fine. That's going to be better for us. So this is going to be a BT1 rating. Keep in mind, the ranking was there for the pour. This is a BT1, so Buffalo Trace Mash 1
Right.
ranking. I've got this at around 8.5. You said 8.3, 8.4.
Yeah.
We all
Yes.
over
It's-
8.
Right.
Because it is some of the best BT that I've had. Okay, so now let's go to number 2. Bourbon Banter Evans presents the Bison Secretion.
Yep.
You want to go? You want me to go?
I'll go. Honestly, with me, I don't think it's a 9 yet. I think I was going to go right at an 8.7.
I like it because it is close.
Yes.
I like that 8.7. So I'm going to go, this is a solid, I'm talking about solid 8.9.
Okay.
I'm going just below the 9
Yep.
mark.
Yep.
Just below it. And and this is me being overly critical. This is why I don't rank things.
Well,
this is why I don't rate
this is
things.
me too, because
Yeah.
I know what other ones were
Yeah,
thinking.
and
of.
I've had so many other ones,
Yep.
and I know what I'm at my data bank as far as thinking.
Yep.
So do I want it to be a 9? Do I want you guys to think it's a 9?
Oh.
Yes. But I've had stuff.
Yes. You've had more than me.
I've had stuff.
Right.
And then it was just like,
Yeah. Mind blown.
wow.
Mind
Now,
blown.
is it on this table? No. Do I wish I could drink it every day?
Oh gosh.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it available anymore?
Nope.
No.
No.
All right, now, Bison Extract. Do you want to go? You want me to go?
I'll let you go on this
All
one.
right. So this is one of the best BT offerings that I've ever had, period. And I've tried it versus so many different BT things. I've actually put this to the test against BTAC.
Yeah.
I've actually put it to the test against other tailors. So this is the one that I'm going to step up into the 9 range, and I'm giving this a solid, and probably underscoring it based off of if you did this in a double blind or a blind.
Right.
I'm going to underscore this. I'm giving this a 9.3.
9.3.
Yeah.
And so what I was going to go, this was going to be my 9. Just straight.
Just
9.
a straight 9. So
Just
that
straight
reaches the 9.
It reaches the 9.
Yeah. And
But if mine, that's why they're within three tenths
it
of
is,
a
yeah.
point. Yeah.
I've had Eagle Rare picks that got crushed by this.
Yes.
Crushed. I've had a Taylor small batch in my hand that I like this better.
Yeah.
I've had a Taylor single barrel that tied it. Now this is all based off of year and batch.
Right, of course,
And,
of
and
course.
of course, for single barrels, it's not batch, it's that year's production. Not to say this is amazing, but it is.
It is good. It is.
It is amazing.
It is amazing.
For a Buffalo Trace BT1 Mash 1, this is what I would literally put as amazing.
We wanted to call it a bit.
Am I biased? Sure, I'm biased.
Well, yeah.
But every single person that's tried it has agreed. So
And we've done blinds with it too.
yeah, and that's the thing. I've done double blinds with
Yes.
it. So how can I be really super biased if I've done double blinds and blinds going around this the right way? Devin, kid you not. Now this should be off camera. This shouldn't even be on camera.
Yeah.
We might have to cut this, even though we're uncut, unfiltered. This might be cut. It's not embarrassing to say because I don't get embarrassed, but it's kind of like he caught me off guard. Devin caught me in a double blind. He had 2 pours side by side, and he was like, "What do you think?" And I was like, "I'll try them."
Yeah.
And I said, "Have I had them before?" He goes, "It's a double blind." And I said, "Okay, you got me. So I'll do this." I went through this. I went through the whole process, and he's just kind of listening and sitting back. It took me forever to figure out. And I did finally call it as BT1. But along the time in the process, I even said to the degree of, is that a lot B?
Yeah.
Kid you not.
Yeah.
I was so confused because of how confusing this is double blind.
It is.
Then once you try it versus other BT1s, then you're like, okay,
Right.
I get it. But I did figure it out eventually. I was like, these are 2 different BT1s. Just one taste so complex compared.
Yes.
But these other ones, I think we did a fantastic
Yeah.
job on.
Yeah.
So I say thank you.
Yes,
Bison
sir.
series completed.
Oh God, it's been great, and thank you everybody for helping us out with this, understanding it. Put it in the comments and tell us what you like.
Yes.
Tell
let
us if you enjoyed it.
If you've had them individually,
Yes.
which ones did you think was better at that time?
Exactly.
If you've had them next to each other, what did you think beat each other?
Yeah.
I mean, let us know.
Yeah.
And so I say that's it for the Bison series. I think it was really good.
Yes, sir.
And so I say cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
And cheers to
Cheers.
you.
Hit that like and subscribe button, please.